Hey, happy Sunday. The daddyless daughter daring to dream after divorce and death is back. It has been a few too many days, so I wanted to get on today and share. It's a beautiful day to do so. So, today I want to talk about how I am coming to realize who I am. So, in the previous video, I talked about the importance of going to the maker when you want to know who something is, what it's about, how it works, how it functions. So again, I talked about how I've been spending alone time with the Lord and in prayer and meditation, reading and listening to various motivational speakers, preachers, and such. And again, it began this whole process of self discovery began with me just having an earnest talk with God. Like, who am I? What have you purposed me to do? Why am I here? There's something more. I know there is. I've been yearning for something more pretty much all my life. So it started with that. And I like to call God the Prince of Peace because that is what he is to me. And peace is what I value most. So I know a lot of you who know me and have known me for some time have been watching me probably over these past 2 years for sure, maybe longer, wondering how does she do it? Like, how does she smile? How does she not break down? How does she not lose her mind because of the things that I've had to endure? But it's because I have to have peace. I have to have peace. I yearn for it. I do all that I can to maintain peace. So I'm grateful that God has taught me how to pursue peace. So my earnest talks with the Lord led me to discovering and uncovering who I am. And what God is showing me is He's showing me myself by walking me through relationships that I've had throughout my life. Because again, I think they're directly related. We find out who we are, we find out who one another are through our relationships. And what I learned from Iyanla, she said it so beautifully, that every relationship we have is a reflection of the relationship that we have with ourselves. So people come into our lives to mirror for us who we are, the things that we don't see, the things we can't see, the things we're in denial about. Those things come up in our relationships with other people. So I wanted to share with you the key groups of people who I've had relationship with throughout my life who have shown me something about myself, shown me my strengths, my weaknesses, um, my gifts, and ultimately my calling. And I dare not even try to point out key people in this episode anyway. I think that I'll get there at some point. Um, but I want to talk about the groups of people. One, of course, first and foremost is the Prince of Peace. We talked about him already. The next is my parents. The first people I entered into relationship with, and I do believe in the attachment theory. Not gonna go into psychology and science at this time. Maybe I'll save that for a later episode as well. But I believe that our relationships that we have with our parents pave the road for every other relationship we have thereafter. So my parents definitely played a role in shaping me. And I know my father was in my life for maybe like my early years, maybe the first 3 years of my life, like as a father. But of course, I was too young to remember. I don't remember his involvement at that point. But the fact that I didn't have a relationship with my father in years that I can recall, again, that has played a part in shaping who I am. So after my parents paved the way. Relationships that I've had with key people in my life throughout my life. So people in my family and other key people that I've been able to identify with, people in the workplace, people in the community, people that I used to attend schools with, various key people like that have definitely played a role in my life. And then pastors, oh my goodness, probably um, one of the most critical groups of people for me, being a spiritual person and a believer in God. Pastors have played a tremendous role in my life. And again, I will share, I think, in a later episode about a few pastors that have meant the world to me. So after pastors, partners, romantic partners in particular, definitely have shaped who I am and how I came to be where I am at this juncture in my life. And then my pals, so my friends. I have been so fortunate to come in contact with some beautiful, beautiful souls, even in me not always being able to recognize and appreciate my worth and my value. I've still managed to have some very meaningful relationships with very beautiful souls who have certainly helped me get to this point in my life. So we have the Prince of Peace, we have parents, key people, pastors, partners, and pals. So I think I'll certainly break these categories down, I think, in later episodes and talk about perhaps some of the things that I've learned, different lessons that I've learned, life lessons, different things that have come out about myself um, based on these various types of relationships. But I wanted to share that with you. Perhaps that would encourage someone. If you want to get to know you, take a look at the relationships that you've developed throughout your life. Until we meet again, dare to dream.